this week we have Kate Jahns from Jersey Shore, New Jersey. Hi, Kate.
Hey, Carla. Thank you so much for having me on. This is awesome.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I'm so excited to tour Jersey Shore and learn more about your market.
Absolutely.
I'm so curious to know, like, how has it been living during COVID in the Jersey Shore? Do you have a ton of restrictions in place? Is indoor dining still happening?
Yeah, so we're at 25% capacity for pretty much all businesses and restaurants. We do have a curfew for indoor dining, and that's 10 p.m. Outdoor dining can go on for, longer than that. We have a couple really fun, innovative restaurants that put up those clear igloos and fire, like little different fire heaters and, things around. So that's a lot of fun. So you see a couple of those places that are just really trying to keep their business alive, and they're doing amazing. I wouldn't say it's changed. It definitely has changed. And, get that support out there and let everybody know what other restaurants are doing so we can best support them. And my delivery has been kind of increased lately. Once you're home for so many months and cooking for yourself, you're like, I'm going to go support the local restaurant, which is awesome.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah, so it's been great to see the community come together. And for just the little businesses, yes, we've definitely had some businesses to not make it through, and it's terrible. And so we do, I feel terrible for them, and, hope that they can get back on their feet and maybe reopen, once we kind of move through this pandemic and the vaccine comes out a little bit more widespread. But, anybody who we can support, we do. I would love to say the Jersey Shore is open. We are taking precautions. The businesses are, require a mask. Everybody wants you to be safe and healthy, and everybody wants to support everybody else. So even though there has been a lot of change, people are really making the best of it and supporting where we can.
Community is so important. It's so great that all the businesses have been able to adjust, and things are still going along.
It is a wonderful place, the Jersey Shore, so I can't complain.
How long have you lived there?
So I am a transplant. I grew up in Texas, but I went to culinary school in Manhattan. And so that was, 13 years ago. And this is my second full year. I've been a real estate agent for 9 years, but this is my second full-time year, and it has just been great. I mean, it was wonderful in the very beginning, starting off and doing it part-time and, understanding the market and how to be a great agent. And now I just got to really catapult all my knowledge from the last 9 years into the last 2. And it's been a whirlwind the last couple of years, and so much fun.
Yeah. Well, so Kate and I have been connected for a few months now. Through Tom Ferry, and you're just killing it. You're killing it.
Thank you. Just hustling hard. I know, just taking the little nuggets that we find here and there, but really just showcasing our value and that we really care about our customers and that we want the right home for them and for them to be happy. So, and I know you're doing the same thing in California.
Absolutely. So it sounds like, Jersey Shore sounds like more like a vacation, destination. Is that right? Like a lot of second homes?
We have a huge second home market. So, we're kind of talking about uber luxury summer homes. So we have, a couple of towns that just always pop up into my mind. And it's southern Monmouth County and northern Ocean County. But southern Monmouth, we have Spring Lake, we have Seagard, and then in Ocean County, we have Bayhead and Maniloking. And those are kind of the, destination second homes for, people, really from up North Jersey, Manhattan, and then even some in Pennsylvania, like Philly area in those suburbs. So they really do like to come over and enjoy the shore, for the summertime, or they, we have a lot of summer rentals here too, that it's kind of like that Airbnb or VRBO where, people are renting out their houses weekly. So we do have a market for that here. And we have investors that just come in, they're purchasing homes just like they would with Airbnb, and then they're listing them with agents. So we'll rent those out usually on a weekly basis, and then of course monthly in the whole summer. So there's a really great market for the summer homes here.
Nice. But because of this past year, you're seeing more and more people migrating into the Jersey Shore and making it their primary residence. Is that right?
100%. 100%. People are really loving that. They only maybe have to go into the city once or twice a week, and or they're virtual 100% now, and maybe only have to go in for that big conference or face-to-face meeting with the higher ups. So what they're really doing right now is saying it's okay if I'm commuting an hour and a half when I only have to do it once a week, or a couple times a month. It's just that much more flexible. And that's really what we're seeing here is people just wanting to come down, get a little bit more house, get that office, get that, workout room, get the garage, things like that they're not able to get for the price that we're seeing here on the Jersey Shore.
That's awesome. I'm so curious to know what you can buy in Jersey Shore. Where is the Jersey Shore, and what kind of house can you buy in there?
Absolutely. So here, I just wanted to highlight, New Jersey. And I cover Monmouth and Ocean Counties. It's about 65 miles of beachfront property here. And then we also have 2 other counties in New Jersey that have shoreline, which is the Atlantic County and Cape May County. I do not cover them, but I know amazing agents. So whoever is interested, I can hook everybody up. So right now we have Monmouth County, and I am literally smack dab in the middle. My office and my home are right on the border of Monmouth and Ocean Counties, so I can go north and I can go south. So that's a little intro to the Jersey Shore. So in Monmouth County, our average price point is $582,000, which is a 17.36% increase from 2019. It's insane. Is bizarre. So I'm going to show you this. I really wanted to show you something that was either like right under contract or active, just so you could see like really what it's out there. Unfortunately, with just our lack of inventory, this is pretty much the best I could find for you. So I'm going to show you some pictures, but this is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, and it's located in Oakhurst. And I mean, this place is a fixer-upper. This is ready, this needs to be flipped. And once they're able to flip it, or somebody could move in and fix it up themselves, which is probably the best case scenario for this home. Because it looks like it has good bones. It has, hardwood floors, hot water, baseboard heating, which is super efficient. So it's not a terrible home, but you can see that it does need some TLC. If somebody were to move in there, put in the money to fix it, they're going to make 100% back. So, I mean, this could be upwards of $700,000 once they were to completely fix it and renovate it. And hopefully whoever's living here is going to fix it up, love it, enjoy it for their family, and build that equity in their home. So that's what we're looking for.
A ton of potential there. What size is that home?
This is pretty big for the area, and this is about 2,300 square feet.
Nice. When was it built?
I think 53.
53. Okay.
So I'm sorry. We don't have a lot of new construction in our area, but it is sprinkled throughout. So we have, we might have a house from, 1920s, and then the house next door to it is from, 2020. So we don't have big subdivisions where we're having a ton of new construction being built, but people are loving finding those little gems of lots and building their new home there, as well as maybe finding a home kind of like, even maybe this one here that we see. If it's a good lot and a great location, they might be tearing it down and putting a new house there. So, it really is worth the location, even just, starting from scratch and building up. And then I'll show you what we have in Ocean County, so you can get a little bit more. So you see the average price point is $369,000, which is a 16.79% increase from last year, which is huge. Yeah. And we're having an average of 35 days on market, but that's really, I don't feel like it really reflects what our market is. I mean, when you get homes on the market that are just like priced right and they're nice, well kept, like they don't even have to be renovated 100%, but they just have to have, care for. I mean, they're going within, 3 to 7 days. And the only reason why it's even staying in for 7 days is because there's so many offers coming in that these sellers have to stop and say, hold on, I'm getting more offers and let me review all of them. So it's just taking time for these sellers. Yeah. I mean, and that's the only reason why it's taking the 7 days to get under contract, because they have to sort through all of the offers. They have to choose one. They have to literally put fences around their house to stop letting people wanting to come into their home.
How many offers are you seeing typically?
Oh my goodness. I would say an average for a good house, you're getting 5. If you're waiting long enough, you're getting 7. And I mean, I've heard of there's 22, 25 offers on homes.
Oh my God.
Super easy. So yeah, it's just, I mean, and that's probably in 22 to 25 is because they're saying, okay, we're going to put it on the market for 1 week. And they say your best and finals have to be by, say Friday. And then people just keep sending them in. And the people that are getting the, 5, 7 offers, they're literally telling people no more offers. We don't want any, we don't even want to see any more offers.
Oh, it's so tough being a home buyer in this market.
It is, and there's definitely different strategies, and I'm sure for different areas. But with, the right real estate agent, knowing your story and, setting you up correctly and in the right pricing, we're going to find homes for our buyers. I just know it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what have you found that has worked for you? And what does it take to get a home buyer in a home and offer accepted?
So you definitely have to be at or over asking. You cannot ask for any concessions. So there's no closing costs involved. We can't be asking for, specific things up front. Say if, you see something through the home inspection, a lot of people, if they can, they're waiving the home inspections 100%. Unless you're seeing like a VA or FHA loan, then you have to, obviously go through those motions, but it's up to them if they, ask for anything. And if we're seeing enough cash down, then we're actually seeing a lot of people just totally waiving the appraisal or saying that, I understand we have to have an appraisal for my mortgage, but I will guarantee, this $10,000 over asking, or 15 or 20, and the scary thing is that there's multiple people putting, tens of thousands of dollars over asking, guaranteeing that. And so really it's, coming from a personal standpoint, kind of the backstory, making sure that you're being upfront with all of the information. It's really how the real estate agent writes up the summary of their client. And then also, which has helped me, is, really make it easy for that listing agent to review all of the credentials and say, here is my, recap, here are the highlights. This is why my buyers love the home. And, we're also able to guarantee these, 4 or 5 things that, make us shine as buyers. So, it's kind of how you put that whole package together. But, really understanding where these sellers are coming from, asking motivational questions to the seller's agent, and just really getting to know them. There's not too many calls that you can actually make to that seller's agent to make sure that your buyer is gets in there and that their contract is at least on the top of the pile. And I would say for other agents, I love to do a video to the listing agents.
That is such a great idea.
I always do a video and just say, just give them a recap about my buyers, let them know that I'm a real person, that I'm nice, and that they'll love to work with, and, just really put it out there and make sure that you're also a reflection of your clients. So however well you're put together is how well your clients are going to be put together.
I'm going to have to steal that and put that in my arsenal. I love that.
Do it.
Video has such a big impact. So
absolutely. They might not look. yeah, they might not watch it, but at the end of the day, you're like, I did everything I possibly can for my buyers, and that's what we do.
Yep, absolutely. So let's see, Ocean County. This looks like a newer home, almost. Are there like more newer homes in this county compared to?
So they're kind of all over the place. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the brick house, which is the green one on the right. Let me just see. This was built in 1985. A little bit newer, and it looks like they recently updated it.
Nice paint, decor, bathroom.
Yes. So, and fenced-in backyards are huge. You're always gonna get a premium for fenced-in backyards. A lot of people have animals. We've also saw a huge, like every single home I think I saw sold in August had a swimming pool in the backyard. Everybody wanted that summertime oasis because we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So those are things that really like
they want it everything.
Hey, as much as we can give them.
Right.
But yeah, you can see this was a beautifully done home. And so it looked like a family was living there and they moved on, and it's under contract right now. So someone's going to be super happy in this location, and Brick is a beautiful place. And you can also see too, it is right. I don't know if you can see that. It's like right on the corner. I mean, these are homes. I mean, if this was in a little bit different location, maybe a little bit inward in the street, you would be looking at this house in the 370s. So, I mean, even just barely into the street in a little bit more secure location, you're going to see it bump up, several $1,000s.
Wow.
Yes.
How far away is that from the beach?
Oh, this is 10 minutes. 10-minute drive right there. Yeah. Yeah, it's very easy to get to. I personally stay east of the Parkway, so you can kind of see. You would go here. You have a bunch of kind of river beaches, so you have access to, which are kind of fun here, and that's good because most of the time they're not charging. So New Jersey, I think it's the only state in the United States that charge to get onto our beaches. So yes, so there is a beach badge that you have to buy to get onto the beaches in New Jersey.
Oh, interesting. How much is a beach badge? How do you get it?
Oh, you go up to there's badge checkers when you walk onto the beach, and they're oh goodness, they're probably $8 to $10 a person. On the boardwalks, they might be a little bit higher, more expensive per day, or you could buy a whole beach badge for the whole summer for they range from anywhere from $85 probably to $110 a person for the whole summer. So, but this money does go back to keeping our beaches super beautiful, and so we want to make sure that everything is taken care of for our New Jersey residents. So we want to make sure, whenever people come and enjoy them, that we're also making sure that the beaches are nice and clean and taken care of. And, after, Superstorm Sandy hit, there was a lot of dunes that were built up and a lot of sand that was misplaced that we were building the beaches back up. So it really just goes back to keeping these areas, nice and beautiful, lifeguards, so our community is safe. So, for those extra little tidbits, we're okay with it.
Yeah, that's worth it. It's nice to have extra funds for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then we have one other house. This one was, let's see if they did not put the year built. So this was most likely a little bit of a renovation. And you can see it's more of that, kind of the traditional colonial style homes.
Yeah. So what would you say, why would somebody choose one county over the other? Are there difference in schools or lifestyle?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I would say mostly proximity to work would be a huge one. Also, schools are really good in both. There's a lot of good school districts in both counties, but the Ocean County, because it's further from Manhattan, it's also more affordable. So you could see a couple $100,000 difference just in the average price points, and you're getting a nicer, more, fully renovated home instead of a fixer-upper. But a lot of people have, ties to, Long Island, New York City, northern New Jersey. So they want to stay close to family, but they also want to spread out. So that's where you're kind of seeing people trickle down a little bit more. And the interesting thing that I saw this year, when I look back and say, okay, where did all my buyers come from and who are they? I was either getting two types of buyers. One, people from up north coming get down to enjoy the shore and to make this their home. And then the second one was people that actually grew up in these towns, and they literally, you saw a migration pattern of, if they lived in Point Pleasant, where I'm from, and the next town south is Brick, they were like jumping down south one town. So Brick people were kind of going down to Tom's River, and then they were just adjusting. And further south you get from Manhattan, price points are lower, but also homes are a little bit bigger and more spread out land. So people are really just enjoying that. But that's really like the big difference. Going from a metropolitan area to more, we're practically a suburb of Manhattan. For the first 8 months that I've lived in New Jersey, I was commuting to Manhattan, and I was doing that with people that have done it for years and years. So really where we're located is very commutable to the city, Manhattan specifically. And then we also have the train that stops from Manhattan, and it stops just down in Bayhead, which is just at the north end of Ocean County. So that is also something that's really accessible. So you can get on, and even if you work up north in towns in Monmouth County, I can still live here and then go and work up north and not even have to drive my car, which is good and fun.
So great. Wow. Okay. So more home for your money the further south you go, and the farther away from Manhattan. How far is the commute from Manhattan?
So the train, it is 2 hours. And from the bus, it is 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, and you either drop off at Port Authority, and there's another option where you can actually get dropped off at the Wall Street area. So, you have the financial district, your bankers that are commuting from down the shore, then they're actually commuting back up almost every day to the city and getting dropped off just blocks from their work, which is great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So easy commute on the train or public transportation, but wow, 2 hours.
2 hours on the train. 2 hours on the train is a little hard, but it's nice whenever you don't have to worry about anything. You're on your phone, you're doing your work there, you're just hanging out or maybe sleeping on the way to work. So then you don't have to just get dropped off at your location at the train station. And then the buses are great too, because it's the same scenario. It's a little more expensive, but it takes, almost half the time, and you get dropped off, blocks from your work or school like I did. And it was very convenient.
That's awesome. Sounds like worth a commute.
Yes, I loved it. It was awesome.
Nice. Okay, is that it for? So this is a beautiful home, by the way. I really love that dining room that I think we kind of passed by it, but
oh yes. These are, I just kind of pulled a couple that were like under contract. I didn't see anything that was just listed yet. It's just a hard time of year in January. It's all, obviously slower in the wintertime anyways, but with our, with our inventory so low, there wasn't anything that I could grab that made me say, oh this is really what we sell all the time. But this is what you're seeing in Ocean County for around that, 370 price range.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's a good representation of what's actually happening in market right now, right? So tell us a little bit, if somebody wanted to get in contact with you and like buy a home in the Jersey Shore, what are some of the precautions you're taking as far as like, safe viewings, or are there open houses right now? What does that look like?
So we do have open houses. We ask that one buyer group comes in at a time. We have hand sanitizer. We require a mask. If a particular seller would prefer us to use gloves, we also have gloves available. We have booties available. So it's really what makes the seller feel super safe and that people are coming through their homes. But, me personally, I have that, kind of the COVID pandemic kit always around me. So I have the booties that I offer, and if I know someone's actually living in the home, I always tell my buyers, let's wear booties or let's take off our shoes. Either one, you get to choose, but one of the two. Masks are required every time, no matter where we're at. I always keep my 6 foot safe distance. We use everything e-signature right now, so no pens, papers are really being passed back and forth. Everything is done digitally with me. If we need to make accommodations, we will. But right now, that's for us the safest way to move forward. Buyers are making sure that we are signing the hold harmless forms, that they're really looking at the information saying, you felt good today, you haven't come in contact with anybody that has COVID, last 14 days, you didn't go travel out of the country, things like that. So, they're kind of reviewing that. I'm making sure that I read this off to them because I want to make sure that my buyers are safe. I want to make sure that the sellers are safe and everybody is going through this transition the best way possible. And, with us agents just working together and ensuring everybody is doing the right thing, that's how we're going to keep our business moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here, Kate. And again, contact information is scrolling at the bottom here. So feel free to call her, email her. And if you're looking to buy anywhere in the country, we have a wide network of realtors that we can refer you to.
We sure do. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Kate.